You swipe right, you match, you meet for coffee. What's the worst that could happen? A boring conversation? An awkward goodbye? That's what I thought too. But some Tinder dates don't just end with a swipe left on your memory. Some follow you home. Some never ever leave. These aren't your typical bad date stories. These are the ones that make you want to delete the app for good. Let's start with a story someone shared. We'll call it The Apartment Guest. She thought Tinder was just for awkward coffee dates until she walked into his apartment. She arrived, expecting a normal first date at his place, maybe some candles, some soft music, but the apartment was completely empty. Bare walls, bare floors, except for one wall. It was covered floor to ceiling in pictures of her. Photos from her social media, all printed out, framed, dozens of eyes, all staring right at her. He just smiled, and then he pulled out a knife. "I just wanted to see you in person," he said. He'd been following her for weeks, compiling this gallery, learning her every move. She turned and ran, screaming, but the door slammed shut behind her, and when she dared to look back, every single picture on that wall had moved, inching closer to the door. Imagine this next one. We matched on Tinder, the story goes. By the end of the night, he vanished, and so did my phone. The date itself was fine, at a quiet bar. The conversation flowed easily, maybe a little too easily. Then he insisted she follow him to see something special. She agreed, a little hesitant, but then in the crowd, he just slipped away. He was gone. A moment later, her phone, which she thought was in her purse, lit up, but it wasn't her phone. It was his, left in its place. And on the screen was a live video feed of herself, asleep on her own couch in her own apartment. He had a spare key. He had been inside her home before they even met for the date. She never saw him in person again, but now, every night, her phone buzzes with a notification. It's a new video of her sleeping. This one will make you question everything. He seemed normal at first, a user wrote, until he knew things only I would know. They met in a park for a casual, sunny afternoon date. He was charming, funny, but then he started laughing at her childhood nickname, a name she hadn't heard in years. He mentioned her secret dreams, the ones she'd never told a soul. She tried to laugh it off, thinking it was a weird coincidence. But then he got serious and said, "You forgot about the accident in '06, didn't you?" A cold dread washed over her. No one else knew about that. No one except her twin brother, who had died in that very accident years ago. She made an excuse and left, completely terrified. A few weeks later, a friend sent her a screenshot. Someone had created a new Tinder profile. Using her face, the bio was empty, and it was still swiping. Sometimes the danger isn't in what they say, but in what the app itself reveals. The date was fine, one person told me, until the texts started. They went for drinks, had a decent time, and he walked her to her car. Nothing felt wrong. It was polite, almost boring. But later that night, her phone buzzed. A text from him, "I'm outside." Her windows rattled. She saw shadows moving in her yard. Her security camera feed showed him, standing by her front door, just smiling at the camera. He had gotten her exact address from Tinder's old location feature. The texts never stopped. Even after she moved across the state, they would find her. The most recent one came last night. Nice apartment. I like it better than the old one. Finally, a story that blurs the line between reality and nightmare. "I went on one Tinder date," she wrote. "I'm left with more than a broken heart." He invited her back to his apartment to play a game. The game was strange. His apartment was filled with mirrors on every wall, every surface. But they didn't just reflect her. In each mirror, she could see him, following her every move from angles and positions that were impossible. He wasn't even in the room with her. Then the reflections started whispering. They whispered secrets about her life, things she'd never told anyone. She realized the reflections were him, somehow trapped or living inside the mirrors. In a panic, she smashed one to escape, but the horror followed her home. That night, a new reflection appeared in her bathroom mirror, in the reflection of her TV and every piece of glass. It was him smiling, patiently waiting. So the next time you swipe right, maybe pause for a second. You never really know who's on the other side of the screen. Thanks for watching. If these stories gave you chills, hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the dark side of the internet. Stay safe out there.